and welcome to class 560. Okay, we have a lot of work to do. Yes, sir, we can't let our guard down. We can't let our guard down. Keep your guard up. Protect your face in boxing. To keep your guard, la guardia alta, to keep your guard up. If you let your guard down, boom, you'll receive some blows from your opponent. Don't let your guard down with English. So we need to continue working very hard. All right, translation booklet, list number 6, page 209. 208 we finished yesterday. 209. Hacía viento ayer. Hacía viento. It was windy. Hace viento hoy. It's windy today. It's windy. It's windy. Es ventoso. Está ventoso. It's windy. It was windy yesterday and it'll be windy tomorrow. Hacía viento. It was windy. Hice la cama. I made the bed. I made the bed myself, Marta. Aren't you proud of me? Yeah. I hate making beds. No problem. Washing dishes, no problem. Washing the clothes, no problem. Cleaning mopping or sweeping the floor, no problem. But making beds? Hice la cama. I made the bed. Lo hice lo mejor que pude. I did it. I did it the best I could. I did it the best I could. Or I did the best. Hice lo mejor que pude. Aquí te dice, lo hice lo mejor que pude. No, hice lo mejor que pude. I did. Creo que es un error. Una errata aquí. Yo diría, hice lo mejor que pude. No, lo hice lo mejor que pude. All right. En inglés no. Hice lo mejor que pude. O sea, lo mejor es el complemento. I did the best I could. I did it the best I could. No, not in English. In Spanish, maybe. I did the best I could. No lo robé. I didn't steal it. Did you steal it? Did Marta steal it? Who stole it? I didn't steal it. Who stole it? I didn't steal it. Don't look at me. It's not my fault. I didn't steal it. No. Somebody stole it. But I didn't steal it. Se fueron. They left. They left. Why did they leave? I don't know. They simply got up and left. But why did they leave? I said I don't know why they left. I don't know why they left. They left. Why did they leave? All right. ¿Qué pasó? What happened? What happened? ¿Cómo pasó? How did it happen? Fíjate. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Cómo pasó? En español. Ahora. What happened? How did it happen? In the second question, we have an auxiliary verb, did, because we have an identified subject, it. Algo pasó. Identificado. ¿Por qué pasó? Ese algo. What happened? What happened? The microphone broke. Really? How did it happen? El it is el hecho de que se haya roto el micrófono. All right. How did it happen? How did it happen? How did it happen? And finally, ¿qué estabas haciendo cuando ocurrió? What were you doing? What were you doing? What were you doing when it happened? When what happened? When the microphone broke. What was I doing? I was doing my program. I was talking to you. I was talking to the camera when it happened. That's what I was doing. Es eso lo que yo hacía. Eso es lo que yo hacía. That's what I was doing. I was teaching English on television. Television, yeah. It's fun. I prefer radio, but I like television as well. All right, vocabulary. Improving our vocabulary. List number 28 on page 114. 114. Vivo, alive. Estoy vivo, I'm alive. I'm alive. Estoy vivito y coleando. I'm alive and kicking. Claro, it's strange. You say vivo y coleando. O vivito y coleando. Eso es lo que hace el pez, ¿no? Colear. Why do you say that? In English, we say alive and kicking, dando pataditas. Because when the baby is born, immediately the baby is kicking. Practicing, exercising the muscles and the motor skills, okay? And so we say vivito y dando pataditas. O sea, alive, o vivo, alive and kicking. Alive and kicking. I'm alive. Wanted, dead or alive. Se busca, vivo y muerto. Wanted, Dead or alive. Dead or alive. All right, I'm alive. I think I'm alive. Marta's alive. You're alive. We're all alive. We have something in common. I'm alive and you're alive. Fíjate cómo uso la M de I'm alive. I'm alive. Ahora, vivo en directo como este programa. Live. Estoy aquí en directo con ustedes. I'm here live, not alive. También estoy alive, but I'm here live with you. All right, live. Tablón de anuncios. Bulletin board. O sea, board is tablero de boletines. A bulletin board, bulletin escrito, ¿no? Yeah, bulletin. Bulletin board. Complicado is complicated. Learning English is very complicated, Richard. No, it's not. It's simple. No, it's not. It's not simple. It's complicated. Simple, complicated. Sencillo, complicado. Simple, complicated. Concesionario is a dealer. A Ford dealer, a Renault dealer, a Peugeot dealer, a John Deere dealer. Concesionario de una marca de coches o tractores is a dealer. Viene el programa to deal, que es tratar con alguien, o sea, tratante. All right. There was a very famous short story in English called The Horse Dealer's Daughter. La hija del tratante de caballos. The horse dealer's daughter. Dealer. To deal. To deal with is tratar con. To deal in is tratar en géneros, con géneros. To deal in. I deal in English teaching. To deal with, I deal with Marta every day, to deal. To deal also is repartir las cartas. That's the deal. To shuffle and then deal. You deal the cards. Which way do you go? Clockwise or counterclockwise? I go counterclockwise. To deal. A dealer. La muerte, death. Death con su guadaña, with his scythe. We say death. Father Time, el parca, I think you say. He's coming with his scythe. Death. There are only two things sure in life. Dos cosas seguras en la vida. Only two. Death and taxes. Y los impuestos. Death and taxes. However, some scientists and medical researchers say that perhaps in the future we can defeat death. Derrotar la muerte. All right. Vencedores de la muerte. To conquer death. But we will never solve taxes, okay? Death, la muerte. Muerto is a dead person. Dead. Está muerto. Dead. All right, dead. And died, también es muerto. Está muerto porque ha muerto. He's dead because he has died. So the difference between dead and died is dead is muerto and died is morido, digamos. All right. O sea, muerto como morido. One is an adjective. Ha morido, por lo tanto está muerto. He has died, ha morido. Ha muerto, por lo tanto está muerto. He has died, therefore, he's dead. Okay, la muerte, the death. Siento mucho la muerte de su, lo que sea. I'm sorry for the death. Borracho, drunk. Bebido, drunk. Drink, drunk. This is bebido, drunk. He bebido mucho. I have drunk a lot, and I am drunk. Hey, Richard. Yeah? When was the last time you got drunk? To be drunk and to get drunk. To be drunk is estar borracho. To get drunk is emborracharse. Yes. The last time I got drunk, I think was in 1995. Yeah, 1995. At home. Drinking with a friend, 2 bottles of wine, and then cognac. I can't remember, but all right. To get drunk. Un día sí, otro no. Okay. Yo vengo aquí a grabar un día sí y otro no. I come here every other day. Literalmente cada otro día. alternating days. I come here every other day. When I came to Spain and said, un día sí, otro no, it sounds very primitive. One day yes, one day no, one day yes, one day no. Every other day. Culpa, fault. No es culpa mía. It's not my fault. It's your fault. If you don't learn English, it's your fault. It's not my fault. I'm doing everything I can to help you. It's your fault. Buy the books. All right. If you don't buy the books and you don't learn English, it's your fault. No me culpes a mí. Don't blame me. No me eches a la culpa. No es culpa mía. Don't blame. Escrito blame. Don't blame me. It's not my fault. Ahora, echar la culpa o culpar es to blame. Escrito blame, repito. Sin embargo, la culpa is the fault. Y el culpable, decimos mucho culprit. I mean, culprit. Who's the culprit? The guilty party. Guilty is culpable en los tribunales. Innocent or guilty? Guilty, not guilty. Guilty. Guilty is more legal. It's a legal term. Guilty. Pero bajando a las acciones normales es culprit. ¿Quién es el culpable de todo esto? Who's the culprit? You know? I mean, this guitar. I'm the culprit. It's my fault. It's my fault. Previsión is forecast. Previsión atmosférica es forecast del tiempo. The forecast. También una previsión de ventas, the sales forecast. Yes, the sales forecast. To make a forecast, to make, not to do. To make a forecast is to prepare a forecast with a crystal ball, una bola de cristal. To make a forecast. Forecast. Punto final. Bueno, punto final, ojo. Full stop. But if you say full stop in the United States, people don't understand you. El punto seguido o punto de parte is period. In the United States and Canada, we say period. Periodo. Period. We don't say full stop. I'm not going to continue. No voy a continuar. Punto final. I'm not going to continue. Period. Así para ser tajante. Period. En Gran Bretaña, full stop. Plena parada. Full stop. If you say period in Great Britain, no problem. People understand you. If you say full stop in America, many people don't understand you. Fondos, funds. Vamos a recaudar fondos. We're going to raise funds. Fundraising, the funds. Funds. Suena a diversión, no? Fun, pero con una D. Fund. To fund. Yes. We're looking for funds. Invitado. Guest. El invitado. My guests. Huésped también. Casa de huésped. Guest house. Guest. Claro, pero huésped paga el invitado, ¿no? But it's the same word, guest. No tengo invitados en mi programa. I don't have any guests on my program. Would you like some guests to watch me teach people? Guests. Es como el verbo to guess, adivinar o suponer. Supongo que los invitados no van a venir. I guess the guests. Guess es con doble S, de supongo. Supongo que no van a venir. Ya es las 10:25. No, we were supposed to be here at 10 o'clock. I guess they're not. I guess the guests are not going to come. A guest. Yes. Impression. To make a good impression. En español se causan. Las impresiones se causan. Tienes que causar una buena impresión. En inglés se hacen. To make a good impression. You never have a second chance to make a good first impression. So remember, first impressions are important. Second impressions as well. First impressions are even more important. To make an impression. Incompatible, incompatible. Incompatible. We are incompatible. Yes. I like chocolate ice cream and you prefer vanilla ice cream. Yes. I squeeze the toothpaste tube from the bottom and you squeeze the toothpaste tube from the middle. Yeah. Yes. You like apples and I prefer oranges. We are totally incompatible. Pendiente is pending. ¿Qué tengo pendiente, Marta? What do I have pending? What's pending? What is pending? Pendiente. ¿Qué tengo pendiente? What do I have pending? I have some pending matters to deal with. Tengo unos asuntos pendientes a los que tratar. I have some pending matters to deal with. Pending. Salado is salty. Oof, very salty. This pencil, oof, this pencil is very salty, Marta. You know, it tastes like a pencil, but there's too much salt. Very salty. And the opposite of salty is very insipid. It's very bland. Es curioso, la palabra blando en español es suave, soft, very soft. Soft is blando. Una cama blanda, a soft bed. The opposite of hard. However, in English, bland means soso, insípido, poco salado. Bland. All right. Seriamente, seriously. Seriamente. Well, serio is serious. I'm serious. No. Estoy siendo serio. Se dice en inglés. I'm being serious. Learning, it's important to have these books because they will help you enormously. And seriously, seriosamente, seriamente. No se dice seriamente en este caso. Sinceramente. But seriously, you should buy the books. Seriously, a corto plazo, short term. Short term, yes, short term loans, long term, short term debt. Deuda a corto, deuda a largo. Short-term debt, long-term debt. Short-term liabilities, long-term liabilities, a pasivo a corto, pasivo a largo. In contabilidad. In accounting, you have the short-term liabilities, long-term liabilities. Yes. Short-term assets, long-term assets, and things. Espontáneo is spontaneous. Spontaneous. No pongas una E delante, por favor. Spontaneous. Spontaneity. Spontaneous. You need to be a spontaneous person. Paso a paso is step by step. Step by step. Little by little. Slowly but surely. Lo he dicho 1000 veces aquí. I've said it 1,000 times. Step by step. Little by little. Blanco. Blanco is white. Yes. Pero dame el blanco. El objetivo. Target. The classical target is round with circles of different colors. That's the target. You know, the target. Or shooting. The target. Target practice. We say práctica de blanco u objetivo. Target practice. Target. También es un objetivo intermedio. If you have an important project, there's the final objective or the goal. The final objective, the objective or the goal. Now, along the way, you have different targets. Pronunciation, target. G dura, por favor, no target. Porfa, please. Many people in Spain say target. When they speak Spanish, they insert the word target. That's a big mistake because you are telegraphing that you don't speak English. A person who's speaking Spanish and says, no, los targets que tenemos para este año son los targets. Insert una palabra inglesa mal pronunciada gives the idea that you don't speak English. If you're going to use an English word inserted in your Spanish, make sure you pronounce it correctly. So, target. El target para este año es. El target para este año. Se está colando el idioma un poco esta palabra. El target, pero decidlo bien todos. Target. Get. Target. Target. Where am I? I've lost my place, Marta. Target. Blanco objetivo. Estar metido en un lío. To be in trouble. To be in a mess. Prefiero to be in a mess. To be in trouble is con la ley. Las autoridades. I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. I haven't paid my taxes in the last 3 years. Richard, you haven't paid your tax? Yeah, I didn't declare. You didn't present a tax return? No. You're in trouble. Yeah, I know. They contacted me. I received a a notification from the tax authorities. Oh my God, you're in trouble. Los niños de colegio en Estados Unidos, from the primary school, uy, se hacía así. Estás metido. La profe te va a echar la bronca. That means you're in trouble. You're in trouble. To be in trouble is with the authorities. Eso está metido en un lío con la autoridad de alguna forma. To be in a mess, está metido en un lío tú mismo. Boy, me he metido en un lío financiero. Ahora, ¿cómo voy a encontrar el dinero? I'm in a mess. I'm in a mess. I'm in a mess. To get out of a mess. All right, modificar is to modify. To change, to modify. Papelera is wastebasket. There's a wastebasket over there. Waste paper. Waste es desperdicio. Papel desperdicio y cesta para dicho desperdicio. Waste, repito, es desperdicio. Basket, cesta. O sea, papelera is wastebasket. Or waste paper basket. And finally, juventud, divino tesoro. Youth. Juventud, divino tesoro, ya te vas para no volver. Cuando quiero llorar, no lloro y a veces lloro sin querer. That's youth. Youth. Suena igual que you, ¿no? Con ceceo al final. Youth. Curioso. La primera vez que oí la palabra en inglés eutanasia, euthanasia, pensaba que hablaban de la juventud en Asia, que vive en Asia. They say euthanasia. The young people in Asia. I didn't understand it. That was the first time I heard many years ago the word eutanasia in English, euthanasia. So youth is la juventud. Juventud. Yes, sir. All right, paragraphs. We still have time, a little bit of time to start paragraph number 82. All right. Are you ready? Listen. If you think you're so smart, how would you have solved it, huh? I suppose you wouldn't have bothered talking to the witnesses. I admit your methods have worked on more than one occasion, but this time, I think things should be done my way, eh? Okay? Ya está. ¿Está claro? Is it clear? Clear. All right. It must be clear. If you think you're so smart, si te crees tan listo, if you think you're so smart, if you think you are so smart is listo, para bien lo listillo también. If you think you're so smart, how would you have solved it? How would you have solved it? If you think you're so smart, how would you have solved it? ¿Cómo lo habrías resuelto tú? ¿Eh? Si te crees tan listo. How would you have solved it? Huh? I suppose you wouldn't have spoken. I suppose you wouldn't have bothered talking to the witnesses. I suppose you wouldn't have bothered. To bother is molestar. Me estás molestando. You're bothering me. These lights are bothering me today. Yeah. And there's a noise over there. From time to time, there's a noise. And it bothers me. Ahora también, no te molestes. No te molestes. Yo lo limpio, Marta. Don't bother. Don't bother me. All right, don't bother. Ahora, I suppose you wouldn't have bothered. Pasado condicional. You wouldn't have bothered talking to the witnesses. I get the impression these are lawyers, court attorneys, court lawyers, abogados de tribunal. Because one said, if you think you're so smart, how would you have solved it? I suppose you wouldn't have bothered talking to the witnesses. A witness is un testigo. Eyewitness, testigo ocular. A witness. Now, during a trial is un proceso judicial, un juicio. During a trial, many times there are witnesses. And a good lawyer needs to sit down and talk at length. A longitud, at length. No, de hablar detenidamente con, to speak at length with the witnesses. But apparently there's a lawyer who doesn't bother to talk to the witnesses. And so the other lawyer says, if you think you're so smart, how would you have solved it? Por lo visto, ha salido mal algo. No se ha resuelto. Uno se, ¿ves? Well, if you think you're so smart, how would you have solved it? I suppose you wouldn't have bothered talking to the witnesses. I suppose you wouldn't have bothered talking to the witnesses. I admito, reconozco. I admit that your methods have worked on more than one occasion. But this time, I think things should be done my way. I think things, con este think things, I will say goodbye, but I'm coming back with this tomorrow. I think things should be done my way, but tomorrow. Take care.